Morning. Welcome. It's so good to see everybody. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. Today, I'm going to talk about Google, and Google is being sued right now by the Department of Justice. This antitrust lawsuit, in my view, is a very big deal. It's long overdue. Google's basically being sued for ripping you off, and I'm going to explain to you why I agree with this lawsuit and why I think that Google has really exploited its economic power in the economy. And then we're going to sort of talk a little bit about some things that have happened in the past few years that should be of concern for anybody, especially those who are publishing content on the internet. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every single day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day. The condition is that we are Black first. That's B1. B1 means that we put our community at the top of our priority list. B1 means that we educate our kids. B1 means that we want to be economically intelligent. B1 means that we are going to pursue Black excellence in every form that we possibly can. If you agree with this philosophy, put a hashtag B1 in the chat, and also shout out the city you're from. Let me know which city you're from as you hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe, everything else. All right, so give me a yes or no. How many of you heard about the lawsuit that is being filed by the Department of Justice against Google right now? Let me know. Min Marva Mays and Calvin Angel out of Monterey, California, and Min Marva is out of Dallas. I feel sorry for you. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and it's been torture for the last 25, 30 years. So anyway, all right, so let's sort of talk about this. Let's figure out what's going on with this Google lawsuit. So Google is being sued because they allegedly violated some antitrust laws. Antitrust laws were designed to make sure that no one company would dominate any particular industry, that no one company would create unfair advantages, that no one company would sort of go around gobbling up competition and destroying anybody that gets in their path. And Google's been accused of violating this law. And so I'd be curious to know, do you guys, yes or no, just on the surface, do you think that this makes sense? Do you think that Google, maybe they do need to be sort of scrutinized a little bit? Do you think that they've achieved a level of market dominance that isn't fair? I don't know. What do you guys think? So anyway, Google is, I'm going to say this. I'll start off just by saying that, Google's market cap, let me see, Google's market cap right now is about $1.27 trillion. And that's in a down economy. Now, having a big market cap isn't necessarily a violation of antitrust law in itself, but it is sort of the place to begin. They are absolutely massive, absolutely dominant. They're a very smart company. They were able to get ahead technologically. And so Google has really done some amazing things over time. Now, the downside of that is that sometimes to get that kind of power, you end up beating up on little guys and little companies. And there's one particular acquisition out of many that Google made through the years that really sort of piqued up my spidey senses and made me kind of want to talk to you guys about this. Well, I'll say this. So there was this company called AdMeld. I believe that's the name of the company. So Google acquired this company mainly because this company was a competitor for Google. This is one sign of violating antitrust law when you scoop up your competitors. Like the NCAA does that. For many years, they didn't want to pay the athletes, which was a violation for the Black community because we produce these amazing athletes and they weren't getting fairly compensated. And they still really aren't. But now the deals are a little bit better. They can at least get name, image, and likeness deals and make a little bit of money. Well, the NCAA pretty much gobbled up any competitor that came along. And they would overpay for these competitors just to make sure that these Black athletes had nowhere to go where they could actually get fairly compensated. So Google kind of did the same thing, except instead of exploiting athletes, Google exploited online publishers. That means if you ever had a YouTube channel or a website and you put Google ads on your website, Google pretty much bought up this company AdMeld to make sure that their publishers had nowhere else to go in order to get more money, for their service, right? They weren't able to get what they actually deserved. So ultimately, what happened was that the company ended up basically saying, okay, we want to get rid of this competitor. They typically, when companies acquire the companies, it's because they have some extraordinary technology they want access to, or they have some sort of customer base they basically want access to. And there's internal emails at Google where they basically said their technology is irrelevant and their customer base doesn't exist. So you say, why would you buy a company if they have no customer base that you want and they have no technology that you want? Well, because you're afraid that they might grow and become competition, that they might that you're the pimp, right? Think about it. It's just pimping. The capitalism, if you want to understand capitalism, just understand pimping. So basically, give me a yes if you get what I'm saying. A pimp does not want anybody competing for his hoes, right? The pimp does not want anybody competing to give other opportunities for his employees, right? If other employers come along and say, we'll give you a 401k, we'll give you a bigger share of the profits, well, the pimp gets mad. He comes in and he puts down the pimp hand and eliminates the competition. So basically, capitalism is unfortunately when it's at its worst, it becomes a type of pimping where you eliminate opportunities for those that you're seeking to exploit. So it's almost like, imagine if a company had employees and they went to the other companies in their industry and said, none of us will pay any employee more than $20 an hour. Like, we're all going to agree to cap their salary so they have nowhere to go. Well, that would be theoretically, if your politicians were actually working for you, which I think there's a question as to whether or not they're doing that, that would actually be an antitrust violation. So basically, they're getting accused of pimping, and I agree with it 100%. I will say this, I've been an online publisher for a long time. I've probably done over 20,000 YouTube videos that have gotten almost 1 billion views by now, I'm sure. And the thing I noticed many years ago, we used to have blogs, and we would write articles on these blogs, and we would put these Google ads up on the blogs. And what we noticed was that you basically get your ad revenue for every 1,000 readers or every 1,000 viewers or every click and stuff like that. And we just noticed a precipitous decline in the amount of money we would get per click. Like, it went from something that was decent, like, I don't know, let's say it was at $7 a click or something, or not per click, but per 1,000 or whatever, right? And then suddenly it drops to like 20 cents per 1,000, right? And we were like, shit, we can't make any money from this. Like, this is a dead business. So what was going on was people at the top were taking money away from the people that were at the bottom, the publishers, right? So if you had a blog and you've been in this blog game for a minute, you might have been making good money around 2011, 2012, and then around 2013, 14, 15, you noticed that your money was going doop, 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 doop. That's because Google was taking their cut. And then also, on top of Google taking their cut, you even had the middlemen, the marketing agencies that were selling the ads to the corporations. They were taking a bigger and bigger cut, and they were kind of screwing over the publishers. So when AdMail came along, AdMail gave publishers options. AdMail said, look, you can put your blog in here and search for the company that will pay you the most for your ad space. Well, Google said, oh no, we can't have that. We can't have the people that were exploiting getting other opportunities, so they killed this company. So ultimately, I think Google, in fact, when they acquired AdMeld, they didn't even use the company. Think about this. Why would you acquire a company and you don't use them? Why would you? It's like imagine if you are the coach of the Dallas Cowboys and you go and you acquire the quarterback of the rival team, and then you put him on the bench. Right, you just put him on the bench. You don't even play him in the game because you wanted to make sure the other team doesn't have him. Right, that's kind of what's really going on. They pretty much bought this company just so they could bench it to make sure they didn't have any competition. So I agree with the lawsuit. I think Google should be sued. I think that they should be broken up. There is a threat to break up their entire ad business, which would be absolutely monstrous for this company. Be very careful if you own Google stock. I own some Google stock. I'm probably going to sell a little bit because I don't really like the way this suit is going from an investor standpoint. But I think ultimately this lawsuit is the right thing to do. And I think that Google is a company that needs to be scrutinized. So that's my 2 cents, guys. And by the way, last night we did a breakdown on stock options. And I told you guys about how to generate consistent income with stock options. You can still actually check out that presentation. I shared it on my platform, drboycetv.com. So feel free to go there if you'd like to take a look. I'm going to take that down pretty soon. So if you'd like to learn more or just sort of go through it, feel free to go there, or you can go to drboyceprime.com. That's our passive recurring income machine. That's the program where I show you how to generate income with stock options. It's very straightforward to do, and I love to help you do that. So anyway, guys, that's it. Hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share. Make sure you subscribe. Also, last but not least, if you go to boycewatkins.com, you can see our financial flashcards for kids and a lot of other things we have that can help you and your family build wealth. So feel free to go to my website, boycewatkins.com, if your goal is to become more financially intelligent from a Black perspective. And of course, I have to mention my book. My new book is called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. And I'm going to do a book tour this spring. And feel free to go to Amazon if you'd like to take a look at that too. All right, guys, have a good day. God bless you. Thank you for listening. And I'll check back in with you a little bit later. Take care now. Peace.